Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We are back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my lovely day off. And today, I will be talking about a fragrance that's currently unreleased. It's coming out next month. The wait is almost over. And if you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, I'm sure you guys are excited to hear about my feedback on really testing this fragrance right here. I'm sure this review will probably quell a lot of your fears, concerns, and inquiries and curiosities regarding this Parfum concentration of this legendary Tom Ford fragrance. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. We're 200 away from 20,000 subscribers. So all this stuff, guys, supporting the channel motivates me to seek these things out, to go through all these really hyped fragrances so you don't have to, and give you guys these full breakdowns, total performance analysis on these fragrances before you buy. So please do not forget to like, subscribe, watch the ads, share the videos. Thank you so much for your support. And the fragrance that we will be talking about today is none other than the 2024 release of Tom Ford that's coming out next month. This is none other than Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum. Yes, Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum, guys. And you got the metallic plate right here that is in the OG bottle, guys. This is the official sample, unreleased. And sorry about the box because I got too excited yanking it out of the packaging once I got it, guys. And right here, this is the official vial. You also have it here. It says Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum. I'll send you guys a photo or put it on the community tab. Now, this fragrance, Oud Wood, okay, is just legendary. In my opinion, Oud Wood is not only one of the classiest, most gentlemanly fragrances to ever come out. Yes, it is somewhat challenging. It will not be like other mainstream formulas. However, the scent profile itself of Oud Wood, in my opinion, is really in its own league. It's honestly one of the most unique formulations out there, save from the clones that are trying to copy it. It's got a combination of photorealistic rosewood and sandalwood in the backdrop of vetiver, a chocolatey oud profile with vanilla. And the thing I gotta say about this fragrance that makes it special is that all these notes are in unison. Okay, it's kind of like a medley of notes where you really can't say, oh, this is when that part comes in, or that it changes at this stage. It's actually just one medley, like a symphony of notes that just come out from start to finish, and you're just like, wow, this is an amazing scent. One of the best that I've ever tried. And so that's how I feel about Oud Wood. And a lot of people really love this fragrance. Usability wise, it's a draw-in scent. Again, it's very gentlemanly, very Tom Ford in terms of the branding. But the thing about this fragrance that a lot of people are really honestly griping about, and they do have good reason to, is the performance. The performance of Tom Ford Oud Wood Eau de Parfum, at least the last version that came out before this, really, a lot of people weren't too happy, guys. And, you know, some people are really crucifying this fragrance and they're saying, oh, it's only like a 15 to 30 minute like fragrance, okay? I'm a fair guy, okay? And I don't believe so. I think that some people test their fragrances while they're casually doing stuff. And so they don't have their attention towards the actual performance. But here in this channel, that's what I do. I mean, I really do set aside 12 hours to go through every single fragrance, guys. And this one, Tom Ford, at least the OG, I gotta say that it's not a 30-minute scent. And let's go through that real quickly. In my opinion, that fragrance, the original Tom Ford, is a 7-hour scent. But within the 7 hours, the first 2 hours is really the strongest part of Oud Wood, okay? Eau de Parfum. The first 2 hours is when you really get to smell all these wonderful notes. Again, photorealistic woods. You got the oud, you got the smoky vetiver come in. 2 hours, guys, okay? And that's why a lot of people love it, okay? But past 2 hours, there's a significant performance drop into a weaker lingering scent. So it is already a lingering scent to begin with, and then it becomes a weaker lingering scent, and then past 4, it really becomes a skin scent. Whiffs here and there of Tom Ford Oud Wood, guys, okay? And some people consider that abysmal, considering that other fragrances can actually perform consistently for 10 to 12 hours, guys. So that is the biggest gripe about Oud Wood. And this Parfum formula is supposedly the answer to all your prayers to the perfume gods, because Parfum concentrations by concept supposed to be, making a fragrance project stronger, last longer, guys. So that is why there's all this hype regarding Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum. So today I will break all of this down for y'all. We'll go over the performance of this fragrance. Did this significantly improve from the previous formula, and is it worth a bottle? A full bottle, I don't know the price, but it's, guaranteed a lot more expensive than your standard Oud Wood. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about the latest Tom Ford to come out next month, Oud Wood Parfum, for all the Oud Wood fans out there. Now, the thing you'll notice about Oud Wood Parfum on paper is that the notes are pretty much the same as Oud Wood, okay? I mean, save for the tonka bean absolute, I would say that, by concept, a lot of these notes are higher concentration than the Eau de Parfum reformulated formula, guys, okay? Now, this fragrance, I gotta say, the intro, the big difference between the opening of this one and the Eau de Parfum is that this is much more uplifting, which I actually really appreciate regarding this Parfum formula. So here on the opening, you've got cardamom, you've got pink pepper, and of course you have the early appearance of that rosewood, guys. And I gotta say, again, it is much more uplifting. Maybe that is the difference of switching out the Sichuan pepper with pink pepper, but you really will feel that it's much more aromatic. And the higher concentration, in my opinion, of the rosewood and then the eventual sandalwood makes for an uplifting intro. It feels like a drizzle of spice, but it's just a lot more aromatic, a lot more uplifting. That to me is a stark difference from just spraying the OG Eau de Parfum Oud Wood formula that's kind of just mellow. It's nice, it's the same profile, but the first one was kind of mellow and lingering. This one has a stronger aromatic dose and a more uplifting woody profile, care of the rosewood and the sandalwood. So that is what you will experience, I would say, first like 30 minutes of this fragrance. It is not the strongest part of the fragrance, but it is not weak either, which is something I appreciate. It's supposed to be like that. Any fragrance should have a really good first impression. And I would say because of the elevated aromatic profile of this and the higher concentration woodiness, I would say the first part is a win for me. Now, the thing that surprised me about this fragrance is how it progressively got stronger past the 30-minute mark. That actually it got stronger from 30 minutes all the way to like the next like 3-4 hours, guys. And I would definitely put the credit to a stronger vetiver and the tonka bean absolute. So in the mid of this fragrance, again, I'm just speaking to those that already know the Tom Ford formula. Guys, the vetiver just booms. It just gets stronger, thicker, smokier. And I really think that part of that is also the tonka bean absolute. So you will see not a drop in performance, but an increase in performance 30 minutes in as the mid arrives. A lot more vetiver, a lot more tonka bean absolute right here. Again, it mixes in with the sandalwood. It mixes in with the rosewood sandalwood combination, the previously uplifting smell that I was saying, guys. but now it gets like a stronger, smokier, thicker profile in the mid of Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum. And with that being said, let's talk about the initial sillage and projection of Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum. Now, because they switched up the pepper, it's pink pepper, a lot more aromatic, as I've said, not truly spicier, but just a lot more aromatic, with that boost of vetiver and tonka bean absolute together, in my opinion. It's just a lot more stronger than the OG mellow Oud Wood. Okay, if Oud Wood was mellow, this one does have a centrale, an aromatic, smoky centrale that, in my opinion, if you have a crush, you might want to bump into them accidentally and get them with that centrale, guys. So definitely, it is not mellow / weak. This intro right here, like I said, uplifting to begin with. It's going to be a great assault to your senses. And then the boom of smoky vetiver happens 30 minutes in, increases the sillage and performance of this one. I really like the initial sillage and projection. It's also still modest. It is not invasive by all means, still maintains the gentlemanly, kind of, you can say, reserved, classy man feel of Oud Wood, but definitely it will hit the people around you. And also at the latter mid, I would say, of this fragrance, much like the OG Oud Wood, you will get the early appearance of that oud. It's actually an oud patchouli combo, kind of like a chocolatey oud, really blended in with everything else. So you're smelling smoky vetiver, you're smelling some hay-like tonka, some sweet tonka, and then you've got this chocolatey oud. As I've said, a mix of everything, a symphony of notes that's really, really well blended here. Now, let me tell you guys that to me, as I was testing this fragrance, it all boiled down to the 2-hour mark. Because as I've said, on the OG, the 2-hour mark was it. Okay, past that, it was already weak lingering, and past 4, it was already skin scent. Okay, that's a fair assessment of the original Oud Wood. Now, this one right here, Oud Wood Parfum, I gotta say, past the 2-hour mark with flying colors. Okay, past it with flying colors, guys, because not only did it get stronger during the mid, well, the first part was already great, and it got stronger than that during the mid. But even as the smoky stuff really settled down, I would say that this fragrance, as you're wearing it, it feels like you are really wearing a thicker concentration of the notes. It feels thicker, it's more consistently strong, and that's what I gotta say about how it feels past the 2-hour mark. It really does feel like you have a thick, lingering cloud that's not just going to dissipate anytime soon. Now, one thing too that I'll say about this formula is that the oud is much more pronounced. That I will say, and maybe that's the reason for the Parfum concentration and also the more expensive price of this. I don't know if they reformulated the oud on the original, but definitely here you will get a dose of that semi-animalic Oud Wood. That is, of course, safely mixed with sandalwood, with chocolatey patchouli and vanilla. It's still got that sweet oud profile, but I will say that here in Parfum, you really get to smell the slightly like leathery animalic properties of that oud. And that's on the later dry down of this fragrance. I would say 6 hours in. If you're an oud lover, you get a lot more oomph on this one. Now, this review, it seems, is more of a performance review, because this is, I believe, really for those that already know Oud Wood, like I've said. And it is just a symphony of lovely, beautiful, unique, gentlemanly notes into this formula. Now, total performance, let me tell you. The total performance of this fragrance was 15 to 16 hours. Okay, 15 to 16 hours. I don't know if that puts a smile on your face for those that were praying for a better performance and longevity off of this one. To me, the OG was really weak from 4 to 7. But really, this fragrance, the weakening was already past 12. Like 12 to 16, and you could still really consistently smell the sandalwood, the woods, the sweetness, the vanilla off of your skin past 12. So I would say significant scent, probably 12 to 13 on this fragrance. So when it comes to performance, Tom Ford definitely delivered on the Parfum. And some are saying that this is basically the pre-reformulation formula of Oud Wood. That this is supposed to be what it should have been way back then, before all the budget cuts and reformulations and probably inflation, guys. And, let me tell you, on its own, this one is worth a full bottle. I would say skip the EDP. And if you really want a better concentration, better performing Oud Wood with really standout high quality notes. And the clones, they can copy the impression of Oud Wood, but they can't really copy, I would say, the note separation or the quality. There's really a stark difference, guys, okay? And I would say that on its own, if you are an Oud Wood lover, it is really good to consider this as really a full bottle purchase for you. Now, usage-wise, in my opinion, this fragrance is, again, for AC environments and up. Cool environments and up. It is for dressing up and really projecting a classy man character. Really falls in line with the Tom Ford brand, guys, okay? If you're, showing up in a blazer, a suit, or a nice polo, definitely this is the fragrance right here. And it's great for Valentine's as well, because there's something addictive about it. There's also that draw-in quality from the dry down notes, from the patch, from the oud, the vanilla, and even the spices can draw people in, guys. But again, the performance is much, much different from this. I believe that this is a fragrance that will really capture people around the room as you walk around. So this is definitely a better performing Oud Wood. Smells great, high quality. I think is full bottle worthy. At the end of the day, this is simply an enhancement of the OG formula. Really, Tom Ford correcting its wrongs with the performance of the EDP. And yes, it might cost more, but hey, it's already here. Better performing, nice sillage and projection, 15 to 16 hours longevity, guys. Nothing too different when it comes to the scent profile. You will still be getting Oud Wood, but now you get to enjoy it in a much stronger and longer lasting formula, guys. Okay, and that is it. That is my short review on Tom Ford's Oud Wood Parfum. I really didn't feel like I needed to hack it for you guys, since probably everyone watching knows what Oud Wood smells like, guys. Okay, so hope you guys are excited. It's pretty positive. I like this Oud Wood Parfum. Anyone that ever hates on this formula is probably upset with the price. And it's not for everyone. I've always said that. Tom Ford is never cheap. I mean, you look at the sunglasses, you look at the clothes, the shoes. Most mere mortals can't afford that stuff. But if you're really a perfume head, go for it. Try it. Get a sample like me that should be out soon, and see for yourself why it's a lot better than the EDP formula. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've already tried this, let me know in the comments what you think of the performance of the scent profile of Tom Ford Oud Wood Parfum. And please do not forget to like and subscribe as we head towards 20K. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.